What's up, everybody? It's your boy Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We're gonna have a quick live feed today, and I want to have a discussion with everyone in regards to something that's real near and dear to me, and that's an investment that a lot of people always talking about getting an investment. When you hear about people talk about investment products, they're normally talking about stocks and bonds, uh, the day trading, real estate, things like that. And I'm always pushing people to think outside the box, So I'm not selling you anything like that, but what I do want to push to something that's real dear to my heart, and that being tangible assets. And when we talk about tangible assets, that's pretty much any kind of asset or item that you can touch, that being collectibles, things like that. And that's really what I want to have a discussion with you today, because again, far too often you get, this rush right now. Everybody's talking about getting into real estate, getting in the market, day trading, and all these things that you make you a lot of money, but you also can lose everything you have in the process. But you know, when you're dealing with tangible assets, that being collectibles, any kind of hard item that you can feel or touch, typically don't lose any value, right? But we know your activity level when we start talking about investments and things just like that. A lot of that has to deal with the exposure level that you have to different products and investing. I got a finance degree. I got a master's in supply chains. There's a lot of stuff I've had exposure to just from an educational standpoint, not even talking about doing certain things. So I understand that aspect about it. But typically when you see, people find out, in most introductory level, we start talking about investing, usually with your job, with your 401k. You might hear somebody work with you. They do some kind of trading or investing. People might start, fix or flipping, things like that. Typical things. If you really don't have, you're not real versed with investing, what to look for. But what I want to talk to you guys about something that's, again, this is, you won't even lose your money with this. It ain't exciting or anything like that. When we start talking about tangible assets, I want to have that discussion with you guys, but also share with you some of the things that I've acquired over the years and give you my story in regards to dealing with, tangible assets. But before we get started, again, today we have a discussion. Forget about stocks and trading and real estate investing. This is something that you can actually make an investment with, that you won't lose money with it all, and that being tangible assets. Again, I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Right. Want to let everybody know that's viewing me on Instagram and on TikTok. You won't be able to, when I do the screen shares and share some of the videos or some of the pages, you won't be able to see that. It's just pretty much everybody looking at from Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. They'll only want to be able to see the screen share. So bear with me, but I will be still sharing all the information with you guys. You guys know Mr. Short Dollar. We talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, investing. We have over 600 videos on the YouTube channel. We got a grant playlist with over 150 grant opportunities. Guys, especially if you're doing entrepreneurship, make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. We got, I think, probably about 5 or 6 grant videos introducing different grant opportunities for entrepreneurs, startup entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs that you guys need to take advantage of that expire by the end of the year. So go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Take advantage of all the great information that we currently have on the channel and all the great information that we have coming down the pipe. So again, we start talking about what's going on, Clay Hardy. Again, we're talking about, forget about stocks and real estate. And, when you talk about investments, this whole genre of tangible assets is something I think a lot of people need to get on. What got me started, if you're old enough, you remember back in 07, 08, 09 when the market crashed and everybody was losing all this money in their 401k and the whole bottom fell out on the real estate market, right? That's when you went from having a $400,000 or $500,000 house. Next thing you know, the bank's selling it for $30,000, $40,000. It was that dramatic, and everybody was losing everything. Your bank account was wiped up. If you had money in the account, a lot of banks closing. The banks were FDIC insured up to $250,000. Had more than that, it was gone. He had chains of banks closing up. It was just total chaos. And one of my OGs, my brother Daryl Crawford, man, I'll never forget it. Daryl kicked it to me maybe a couple of years prior because he got caught up in the market crash. Oh God, was that in the late 90s, 98, 99? I forgot. But his whole thing was, AD, listen, make sure you start getting, hard assets, things you can touch and fix. So he had got me really involved with, dealing with collectibles, and just, because he was a real big jazz fan. He introduced me to his jazz collection. He had Charlie Parker, Thelonious Monk, real big Charlie Parker fan. Billie Holiday. He had, acetone tapes, different memorabilia they had signed, a lot of stuff that was signed and everything by a lot of those early jazz musicians, especially in that bebop era. But again, these things, you had a lot of people that were, and this was back in the heyday of eBay, right? You didn't have as many different online platforms then that you do have now. So what the internet brought was accessibility to more sellers if you actually were a collector or something like that. Long story short, he had all these actual collectible items that were worth tons of money because you had people from all over the world that was looking to purchase those items. So keep in mind, like I said, stocks had done dropped, real estate had dropped. Yeah, a lot of people that had, an interest in becoming investors and stuff like that, they stuck their toe out there and lost every damn thing they had. And you had money in your 401k, and you were a young person. Like I was in my 20s and stuff, in late 20s, so it really didn't affect me. But it could have been catastrophic. You still had your money out there in the market, and you 50, 60 years old, you're on the tail end of everything, and now you're losing it. Because you weren't going to have enough time, being realistic, to let that accumulate back up, wait for the markets to rise to get your money back. And that's just, being honest. But that's what, kind of started me in that journey of, getting those tangible assets. So when we started looking at what we mean by tangible assets, that's just any kind of collectibles. A couple years ago, I don't know if it's maybe 10 years ago, Jay-Z, I think it was some artwork that, folks start getting money, like I said, again, it's exposure. I know he bought some kind of art piece that was valued. I think it was God, I hate going blank on this. It was one of Jean-Paul Baptiste. One of Jean-Paul Baptiste. He's a deceased abstract artist, Haitian brother. But he bought one of Jean-Paul's pieces, and it went crazy. The price, I don't know if he bought it or sold it on the market, but it was just valued at so much money and everything. He might have got a Warhol piece as well. But again, that's what, he started acquiring these pieces. And that had a lot to do with his balance sheet changing, him becoming, a billionaire, in addition to the money and stuff, but start getting those actual collectibles. And I think that's when it kind of opened a lot of people's eyes that don't normally deal in that world, exactly with getting into art. But the problem coming up that when we started talking about investing in art or investing in collectibles, it's boring, especially if that's not your world, right? You might have some people that might get like a vintage car and it might fix it up or something like that, but it might do some crazy shit, just want to just race it or anything, but nothing from an actual investment standpoint in regards to what they should be doing with the with this vintage car or anything. So with that information that Dara gave me, that's when I started, my whole journey. And I just want to share a couple of items, in regards to, that I do have. I went into my stash, and these are like some old comic books. And this is a Avengers. The camera going out for a second. This is an Avengers comic book. This is from, let me see what year this is. I got these in the plastic. And I have a huge comic book collection. And this is 1989 Avengers comic book. This is we ain't gonna go into what the comic book is worth and nothing like that. If it's 89, it's a Marvel Avengers mint condition. It ain't worth a quarter. And again, I'm gonna show a couple other pieces. This is a Mad Balls. This is what's this? West Coast Avengers. I just grabbed a couple things out the out of the boxes. This is I think some more Avengers. This is Avengers, and this is another one from '89. Just grab this and stuff. And these actually from my comic book collection that I had from childhood. And I just, I will say it's one of the good things about me. I still have most of the CDs and stuff I bought in high school. Still got the cases. I'm a huge Too Short fan. Got almost Too Short albums and cases and everything. But I always took care of the stuff that I have. I'm one of the few people I can say that. And I've always, been big on, taking care of your stuff, keeping up with it and everything. And let me switch to this tab right quick. This is a site I just found, just ran across in regards to comic book prices. And these just kind of go over some of the things that. And again, if you're looking on the Instagram, TikTok, you're not gonna be able to see this, but I'm just gonna talk through it. And what I have right here is just some of the, just looking at some of these comics. I'm gonna have to make this a little bigger. Cause me and my eyes this ain't gonna work. It's like you get north of 40. You can't see a damn thing. And you see some of these comic books got Flash, even some of these ones. So this is the actual comic book store that's selling. You see some of these, and these are actually, I ain't got a price list on all these, some of the different brands. But it's just kind of give an idea. You have comics that are worth, hundreds, thousands of dollars. And we're doing this. What I didn't get, I got an autograph collection and I got a card collection. So this one, I want everybody to start thinking outside the box with doing this, because you can be on some, that's kiddie stuff that's for young folks. I'm not interested in doing it. But again, just being, realistic, again, these items don't lose value, right? They don't lose value. They don't deal with market fluctuations, inflation, recession, none of that. Okay, none of that. These items, they're going to hold value regardless, because the thing about this is just scarcity. And scarcity is not that many of them left. Because when you have items, when you have an abundance of homes on the market, that's when we talk about simple supply and demand. When you have a fat supply, pretty much, the market, the price is the price. But when the demand, a big supply, we're doing it, people you can't really charge, because I can go, if you don't want to sell it to me, I can go somewhere else and get what I want for it, right? The thing of it is that when you have a very tight market and not a lot of options, that's when things change, because from that standpoint, from that standpoint, pretty much, it ain't, it don't went from 100 to 5. Now the price is going to go up because there's not that many different options. And that's what happened when you start talking about comic books that are over 30, 40, 50 years old. I have comic books, some of them 70, 80 years old. So from the early 1900s with doing this. And they're very, very rare. So again, the price is going to go up with that. So that's why I want people to kind of understand this right here is not affected by market fluctuations. Okay. I did a video before in regards to this whole subject, and we're dealing with, tangible assets. I'm here in Atlanta. Our star player is Trae Young. And I told everybody, hey, when this young man got drafted, hey, listen, go out there and buy you a ton of Trae Young cards. That's what I did. Bought Trae Young, Zion Williamson. I always do that when you had a draft and in the sport. You spend about $50 buying different little cards on the guys and the young guys, because you don't know how the career going to turn out. And I think around about that time when I did the other video, that was maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, whenever it was not too far for when Kobe Bryant had passed. And I was just telling people, just think about it. Kobe passed at a young age. You can imagine if you had a Kobe Bryant card from when Kobe come in the league, 97, 98, 96, somewhere in that range. If you had a card, several Kobe cards, and you spent, $1, $2 on that card, and each card had a value. Just say you bought 10 cards, right? 10 cards that you spent $1 for. And each card probably may be worth, let's say, $5,000 on the low, $5,000, right? That's, $50,000, $50,000. And we're talking about you bought the cars, kept, good care of them. Come on now. And those are minimum investments you can make with doing these kind of things. Now, again, they're not going to get you rich. I know fixing and flipping is exciting. Sitting at a damn computer all day long and, doing stock options and trading and stuff like that. It's cool. It sounds exciting, stuff like that. But let's just be real. The vast majority of people are doing it are pretty much holding their pants up by the shoestrings, right? Or they don't have enough money to be involved in it to actually be making some kind of dent. It sounds good when you sit out there and say, well, I do investing, I do trading, and you was talking in the break room, but nobody got any damn money, or nobody know any better, and try to sound smarter than everybody else. But when you start really talking about making money and growing assets and growing wealth and stuff like that, you got to do a lot of things just thinking outside the box, right? And when you got money to do certain things, you're making these kind of moves, that's cool, but that's still going to be such a slow path. And my biggest thing what I want to push to people is, you want to have different options in the pot. Yeah, I've been dealing in real estate for years. I got a finance degree. Of course, I've been investing. but I do a whole lot of other stuff, right? And I can sit here and tell you from an experience standpoint, you don't have to always just go from traditional routes. There are a lot of things that are near you that are up under your nose that, hey, listen, they can put you in a good position, right? And like I said, these are just a few comic books. I just want to share that site with you in regards to the actual comic book values. Like I said, you got some of these comic books. I was looking at this a little earlier. I'm sorry. I just seen one comic book right here. Just one of the ones with I'm just with the ones with the prices and the values on it. This is Spider-Man number 27. I don't know if it's gonna let me. I know I'm doing a screen share. It's gonna let me open up, but it has. I'm trying to see like if it's gonna be able to give me the opportunity to see what year this was put out. That's one right there for $30. A comic book. Again, these are comic books that were purchased for probably what's the price on that? 35 cents. 35 cents. And that's something for $30. Right? That's the thing about it, right? You sitting there looking. Can you get rich off a $30 comic book? No. But if you got a lot of them, yeah, they can change the game with it. You got hundreds of thousands of your comic books in there. And again, we start talking about trading cards and things like that. You'd be surprised. That little old Donkey Kong or Pac-Man machine that you had back in the early 80s, to set on your desk and play, they worth thousands of dollars now. Your old Nintendo game system and stuff, you'd be amazed because, again, we talk about scarcity. There are not a lot of them out there, and people will see those kind of things. They sell them, restored and stuff in Walmart, but if you got original with those kind of things, people pay a lot of money for it because of the vintage appeal, and that's the thing. You got to kind of look at it. They're with us being in the information age and the internet, people have accessibility to things that they didn't have before. So that one bite that you had when you was a kid that you so in love with that you can't find, you think about it all the time. You can Google it up and find out that Huffy such and such from 1980 something. Oh man, it's a guy in Oklahoma got one, and if you can pay for it then. But you the guy in Oklahoma that been keeping it around. Come on now, the world is flat. You got a lot of access to a lot of things, and guys, and I just want you be kind of thinking outside the box with that. Let me see what I got right here. Let me share this with you guys. This is a Harold Smith original. Let me close one thing out. Bear with me 1 second. And let me stop the share. Booyah. Boom. Okay. Right here is a Harold Smith original. Harold Smith is a Black abstract artist based in Kansas City. You can Google Harold Smith art. This was purchased back in 2005, right? 2005. I think I bought this picture for $75 or $100. $75 or $100, right? Put stuff in perspective. Harold Smith is a national known artist. Now, I got him, again, on the front end. I got him when he was a starving artist, right? Shout out to Harold Smith. I talked to him a couple times, once, twice over the years, just with trying to get some more information and just catalog. I have several of his pieces. I love his work because he does a lot of Black abstract art. This is actually a piece with Miles Davis. And I remember Daryl told me when I first got into buying artwork, he was telling me D, find stuff that you like, right? So I'm real cool with Black abstract art. I love it. You see the picture of Miles Davis, and you got a penny right here, just abstract picture on here with slaves and on a slave ship. But I got it $75 or $100. Harold Smith's pieces start at $3,000 to $5,000 now. Start now. You see them in gallery. This is what they started. I got it for $75. So you can kind of imagine this is back from 2005. So again, you got somebody that actually worked on their craft, expanded, what they did. And I have a very big Harold Smith collection, but this is back from 2005. If they start off at $3 to $5 now, right? Been all these galleries around the country. Imagine what this is worth, right? Another one. And again, we're talking about tangible assets. You put so much weight into, trying to find out the next stock to trade and do this and trying to find fixing and flipping this real estate. Look, man, you can buy you some stuff for damn $5, $10 now and be okay with, going through the process with a lot of stuff. I'm sorry. And you'd be amazed what you can accumulate over here. This is another Harold Smith. I have other art pieces, but I just want to share this. This is from this 06 piece. Probably same thing. I caught him around by that time. Hold on 1 second, guys. I caught him around about that same time. in his career, start, with earlier pieces. But you can Google Harold Smith art, brilliant artist. Like I say, based out of St. Louis or Kansas City, but brilliant brother, and very talented artist. But this is an old 6-piece. I think I got the same thing, $50 to $100. Can't remember exactly when. The sign piece and everything. Again, pieces starting off $5,000 to $10,000 now. Brother, fully seasoned, well known now. If I got it for that, you can imagine what this one is worth. The new ones are coming off of that. You can imagine what an older piece, especially you got somebody with a huge fan base of doing that. You can imagine what they're going for now, and that's what again we're talking about things you can make a minimal investment with, and be able to go into a whole nother stratosphere with a couple things. Share something else with you guys. Pull a couple of these out. I pull all my tokens out. I got a coin collection that I've had since childhood from all around the world, different years and stuff like that. Wheat pennies, dollar pennies, got copper pieces, got some other things here. Just get a disclosure, just selling this, showing my stuff, but I'm not gonna show like other pieces, nothing kept here. I keep stuff put away. But again, thinking outside of the box. You see these different coin pieces from all around the world. Some of these 1,800, 1,700 pieces with doing it. You don't have to be just a fan. Just sometimes dip your toe in and just do some research, because the time you can spend watching the 1 hour YouTube video on how to get rich on Bitcoin, how to get rich on real estate, you can spend that same time, just how to start your stamp collection, how to do this, that, and that. You might say, well, look, D, this is boring as hell, man. I don't want to get into it and nothing like that. But sometimes you can't afford not to get into it, because you sit there and waste all your time. I say waste. Spend all your time trying to, get so in depth with real estate and get so in depth with stock, and you really don't have that money to lose. You really don't have that money to lose. Now, again, this stuff just takes a little bit more time on the back end with growing, but it does not drop. It does not lose value. That's the key thing. The value doesn't do like this. The value increases as the years go by, because their availability or the number they have decreases over time, right? But I'm just telling you that you can spend a couple $100 1 year that can be worth thousands of dollars 20 years from now with doing it. And you can also spend the same thing in real estate and make a lot of money. But the key thing is what? Most people don't have it, right? I was sitting there looking at some comments the other night. Somebody talking about getting hard money lenders and stuff. Something way over their pay grade. Something way over their thought process with doing it. And who wants to just keep starting over? Now, the video we did the other week in regards to why I keep starting over in life, we keep trying to force certain things. Take things as they come. When you get to the point where you look, I can start investing, I can start putting money into certain things like real estate, doing that kind of stuff, cool. Get into it then. But if you're like, look, man, I'm on a budget, check to check, you can afford to go buy some coins. You can go afford to buy some comic books, take care of them, put them up, get you some if you have some cards, some baseball cards. You got, guys, just imagine what a Peyton Manning card, or you got what's the kid with the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, great career starting right now. You can spend probably $20 and go back and buy his rookie card now, hold it, you say in that 10, 15, 20 years, God, they don't tell her what it'd be worth. That's the thing about it. You can buy 20 of them. That's the thing about it, thinking outside the box. What I got right here, I just want to kind of show, this is, I can't see what the hell these damn cards. This is a franc. This is a franc. We got euro. This is franc from 1978. It's probably worth just a couple dollars. I don't want to pull nothing too damn exciting now. What do we have right here? This is a. Ooh, poochie. I got these lights in right here, and I can't see a darn thing. This is a new pence. Queen Elizabeth, 1971. Right here. Booyah. Put the front back up there so you guys can see that. Got different coins here, international coins here from over the years. It's 1946. New penny. Different things. I got some different rare metals and things like that. Guys, you do this is a $2 piece. It's just a couple things. And I know over the years people may have seen silver dollars, 50-cent pieces, 50-cent coins and stuff like that. There are different things. Even, you have some people that invest in gold and silver and things like that. don't be afraid to kind of think outside the box with doing that. You'd be amazed how many things you probably think are just odd that there's a market for with doing that, guys. So I really want to just be pushing it, just thinking outside the box. Because again, these tangible assets, these collectibles, again, different kind of cards, even like I mentioned earlier, stamps. When you go to the post office and buy a book of stamps, they ask you what kind do you want because you have people that are collectors. My homeroom teacher in high school, he had a very, very vast stamp collection, and you'd be amazed how many rare stamps there are over the years, and what kind of community is out there that want to purchase stamps. Again, you do not have to have a lot of money or have a lot of this vast knowledge on certain things. We start talking about investing. You do have to have some kind of patience, and you got to have some kind of realistic time frame with doing certain things. Now, again, you might get to a certain age, like, look, I'm trying to get some money. I'm near retirement age. I'm not where I want to be. That still ain't time to panic, because you can try to force things and dig yourself in a hole, make it a whole lot worse than what you are right now. Sometimes we can be in an uncomfortable spot, and we can mess things up, put ourselves in a damn horrific spot. Okay. So, just kind of be, again, spend some time thinking outside the box, doing research. We're doing that. Also, I got something that share with you guys. You probably, in your 40s or something like that, you probably know what these are. These is a Beanie Baby collection. I inherited these. These Beanie Babies, with the tags and everything. Got some different ones here. These all are from the 90s. These Beanie Babies. Shit, I'll make sure I don't drop now. See, all these, they got the tags on them and everything. These are, this is a Beanie Baby collection. And you can pretty much look at the tags and see the value. Let me show you. Looking nothing up, they have the year that they were made. I know you're looking like, what the hell? He got some damn Beanie Babies for and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure some of you guys may have seen the documentary, knowing the value of the documentary. This is Chip. Chip was he was born in 1996, and one thing, you can even Google these and see the value of some of these. We got, you have some Beanie Babies that are worth $10,000 and stuff like that. I have a vast collection. Like I said, I inherited mine, and a lot of times people over the years, I think, have had certain things that they inherited or they found and at grandmama or the parents' house, and they never really took advantage of really what they had. And that's why I want to push people like, look, man, you see certain things, certain furniture, stuff like that, take it, go get it appraised. Go reach out there and see, what's out there, with that particular thing. And right now, I can show you guys. Hold on 1 second. We got, and let's see this right here. Share this with about the, okay. It's something with Beanie Baby collection. You just seen some of these little animals with doing that. And you see some of these ones, man, you can cash up, like you see, Weenie, 2,500. You see you have a Peace Bear, $5,000. I mean, guys, don't discredit some of the, I just put out, you look like this damn grown ass man got some stuffed animals. But again, you'll be shocked and surprised what the value of some of these items are worth with doing it. So they're not pulling some of these pictures up fast enough for me. I apologize about that. But even my biggest thing, I want you guys to just be thinking outside the box. When we start talking about investing again, you can be so enamored about getting into the real estate, getting into stock trading, because you got a lot of videos about getting dividends, calls, puts, and all that kind of stuff. And that stuff, can make you money. But like I said, again, it can also lose you a lot of money as well. When you start going into tangible assets, these collectibles, trading cards, comic books, stuffed animals, autographs, different programs. I have newspaper articles from President Obama's first and second election. And from New York Times, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Ebony Magazine, Wall Street Journal. I mean, from both, right? I have different some funeral programs from different celebrities, sign autograph, things like that. You just thinking outside the box. So just having these are part of things you need to have in your investment portfolio. It's not always wise to have all your eggs in one basket, because you go and get this huge real estate portfolio and the market crash, where you at. Like I said, it may not be a big deal in your 30s and 40s, right? Definitely in your 20s. But when you start hitting late 40s, 50s, 60s, and you don't have the market crash, time to go to Walmart. I'm just saying, it's just you got to be realistic about that, right? So I just want everybody to kind of put those, that thinking cap on and thinking outside the box. You're getting different items. You might be surprised that certain people will want to be interested in it. Again, like I said, the world is flat, so you have a lot of options out there, and you have channels like an eBay, where you can sit there and just put something on there from 19 such and such. You can get you an appraiser, get you somebody to come by and look over and just find out the actual value of it. You'd be surprised. You got some things in the attic, you got from an estate sale or something like that. In my neighborhood, you have a lot of well, they're not thrift stores, but maybe collective stores that come by, because older community that looking to get people's coins and stamps and stuff, because they sell them in their store. Because again, you got people that are collectors that are looking to buy. And again, the same, you have a lot of opportunities out there if you want to think outside the box, right? So I want everybody to kind of be thinking about that too. Don't get so stuck into one way of thinking in regards to, I only can, if I'm not trading, I'm not investing, I want to do that. No, there are a lot of options out there for you. The issue comes up is just your patience level, and you being able to work out, just to say, okay, I'm going to take some time and read about cards, read about different, clothing items, civil. There might be some old army military memorabilia that, in your great grandfather's house, they've passed and left to somebody. Don't just look at it as garbage. Don't be so quick to send it to the Goodwill. Do not. Go research, go see. I mean, the stuff is not worth a damn, but I'm just saying, when you sit down like, hey man, this is my old stuff, go take it to somebody. Go take it to somebody, get it appraised, get somebody to look at an expert to do it. If you have to pay a little money to do that, it'll be well worth it, okay? But I just want to, to share that with you guys, share information, because again, near the end of the year, people looking at different things they can invest in and everything. So, I'm not selling y'all anything in regards to what you need to pay for and anything. I'm just telling you, spending some time doing some research on tangible assets, because again, the value on this stuff is not going to drop. It's not going to change, right? Sometimes, like, you want to just talk about the comic books, it may not grow as fast because you have a bigger pool of buyers, or a bigger pool of sellers, because before you didn't have an eBay, you didn't have just pretty much people you can get in contact with. But now you got online, so you got more people selling, so the value will go up, the price will go down with that. But again, it's still a scarce item, right? It's still a scarce item, regardless. You got more people in the pot to sell, but it still ain't a lot. So again, because it's not, time has went by, and you don't have that many of them now. That's when you have a jewel on you, okay? So don't be so quick to just think outside, just be pegged into what's normally available. That being real estate, stocks, things like that. Look at a lot of stuff that's out there. Look at a lot of things that are out there that you may not have interest in, but you know what? Somebody on the other side of the world does, okay? So I just want to share that with you guys real quick about, looking at tangible assets, let's say, be stuck on the trading and real estate. It's a lot of collectible items out there for you guys to do some homework on and get abreast with. Now, with that said, I wrap that up. If you guys got any question in regards to business or the grants, feel free, or you got me online. But I got Joyce64. This comes from TikTok. Hi, I'm new in business. I started my LLC July 2022, but I'm having problems getting funding. I've already maxed out my personal credit cards. Well, the thing of it is, Joe, I will tell you this. You're not really giving me nothing to work with doing it. Feel free. You can book an appointment. You can go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. And if you need help, we don't give out loans or anything like that. I do consulting. I'm an accountant by profession. Been in business 20 years. If you need, some different options and steering you the right direction while doing it, we can do that. But I don't know if, when you say the costs are maxed out, you need help with funding. It's kind of like, understand where you're coming from. You're not giving me anything to work with that in regards to that. Is your credit good, credit bad? How much money you need? What are you trying to do? Because you got, just kind of, run a couple things by you guys. When you start looking at personal credit and business credit, just in general, this is, you talk to somebody that got SBA loans, all kind of different business loans, been over 20 years. Like, this is not no PPP. This is just really going through the rigors of filling out those SBA loan applications about this damn big and stuff. Typically with personal loans, they're looking at two things, that being your income and your credit score. And if one of those are off, the loan will get denied. When you start talking about business loans, they're looking at 5 things, that being the income, credit score, industry, collateral, and your experience in the actual business, right? In that particular industry, right? So experience, collateral, industry, experience, collateral, industry, credit, and income. Those 5 things they're looking for business. Typically, when you're dealing with a business banker, right? And I'm not talking about any kind of hack. We're talking about traditional, just lending purposes. Usually, if 2 of those are off, they're going to deny the loan, right? And most times they look at a minimum 700 credit score. We started looking at business loans and stuff like that. I know a lot of times people will you see videos all the time, people telling you can get this, get this business loan, get approved for this and get approved for that. I always say kind of shy away from that, because anytime that you can get any kind of loan with no credit, or if you don't have to be a personal guarantor, the cost is going to be very, very, it's going to be something that's not going to be advantageous. Like, they may give you a loan, but the credit or the actual deposit you got to make just be so crazy. It's not going to be beneficial. You're going over 10, 15% on $20,000, $30,000 loan. It don't make sense. The math don't work in regards to you buying the money, because you're going to be losing, paying your note back, right? It's only going to be advantageous. But because you want to get this money, and you kind of maybe have some high risk factors in regards to them, because they gave you access to it, like, it's a good thing I was able to get this credit when I was able to get approved for this loan. But it's not going to be most time a good loan. And a lot of times people will push you to actually do certain things, and go to certain banks and go to certain places to get funding, but it's not going to be the best option for you. So I will say, sit down. We'll find you. I'm going to say get a credit counselor. Go to your local. I always tell you, go to your local SBA office. Google SBDC, Small Business Development Center, or SBA. Find your local one. Your federal tax dollars pay for it. Get you a counselor. It's free, and have them sit down and go through that whole process with you. Now, it may take you a couple months to go through that process, to go get a traditional SBA loan, or get you a SCORE counselor. I forgot what SCORE stands for, but these are pretty much just business coaches. This is free. Federal tax dollars pay for it. The process is a little bit longer, but it's going to be at a cheaper cost, especially for the loan rates, because it's always going to be just prime plus and everything. But they're going to tell you the proper way of going about everything. So I would always say, go the slow, correct way. Then go to fast, dangerous way. Okay, we're doing that. Okay, but again, Joy _ 64. You're welcome to go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and check out. You can reach us out, all the contact information. Want to book an appointment? We can go from now. But I can't really. I don't give general advice to people, because everybody got different factors going on. Everybody got a different scenario. So anytime you have any people times people give you advice, just general, that can work for everybody, it's not going to be right, because you have money, I don't. You got good credit, I do. I don't. You have children to worry about, I don't. All kind of different factors that come into place, that what may be a good deal for you may not be a good deal for me. And typically a person that's everybody ain't got to be certified, but everybody kind of educated, doing certain things with they understand different scenarios. They can kind of give you advice on those lanes, instead of giving you holistic advice that may be good for one person, but it's not necessarily good for the masses, or just different people. Okay, so again, book an appointment, check out some of the videos if you don't want to do that. But I would definitely say, kind of be very careful with a lot of holistic advice, because again, what might be good for one person may not necessarily be good for you. Anybody else got any question? Let's see all these different platforms. Again, I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Mr. Short Dollar, we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Been streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We were talking about forget about stocks and real estate. Just look at tangible assets, those collectibles, those items just like that. I think you need to kind of really spend some time being abreast with that. Look now, listen. Please forgive me if I pronounce the screen name wrong. Lil Mama SSNT. Wow, that's unique. Asking are any new grants? Go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. There are over 600 videos. We got a grant playlist. Lil Mama, there you go. Appreciate. I can't booger Lil Mama up. There you go. First, appreciate you coming in on the live feed, Lil Mama. There are tons of new grants. We got the $2,500 grant we just introduced. For the month of December, we introduced at least 12 to 15 grants. Just go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Look at the grants playlist. Now, this the thing about it. I'm gonna be straight up with everybody. You can't want to be in a situation where you can get this $30,000 loan, $50,000 loan, $5,000 grant, $1,000 grant, and you don't want to spend any time. Go to the grant. You didn't say that. You didn't say that, Little Mama. But I get a lot of questions like, "Give me the link, this, that, and that." I mean, I can't. I got businesses to run. I'm all this information is there. You can go to the YouTube channel. Everything that we tell you about the grants, go to the grants playlist. Look at all the different videos for the grants. But it's just month of December. There are tons of information. We got videos on banking, entrepreneurship, business, personal finance. But you want to go just find out specifically about grants. It's been a minute since I've been. Okay, cool. But just go there. But yeah, we have it's 12 to 15 different grants for the month of December. And we just introduced those 2 grants for aspiring entrepreneurs, and it was like a high school grant for any kids in high school and college want to get. Both of them $2,500. But that's on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. But then there was some more from on the month. Then you got a lot of grants that are renewable grants. They may renew every month, every quarter. It's just a matter of spending a little time going through it, just looking through it. But the videos are segregated by the different lists, so you can just go on the grant playlist and find all those videos for that, and you'll be able to see it whenever a video was released or posted. So that that shouldn't be an issue with that. Okay. She is amazing. I can book that up. The question, you quite welcome. You're quite welcome. I appreciate you tuning in. Okay, she is amazing. This is on Instagram. I've been a cash out specialist for 8 years. How can I market or branch to my own business with this? I was thinking about getting a degree in accounting, but I'm not interested in getting student loans. Okay, the first thing, I've been a cash out specialist 8 years. How can I market or branch into my own business with this? What do you mean when you say cash out specialist? What's a cash out specialist? I probably need a little bit more in depth, understanding with that. Now, but why you finna explain what a cash out specialist is? And this is one of the things near and dear to me because I'm very big on people getting educated. Not necessarily going to college, but you get a trade, just getting some kind of skill set. That can be just a computer certification or whatever. I'm real big on getting some kind of skill set. But that's for anybody, right? But the question is, I was thinking about getting a degree in accounting, and I'm not interested in getting student loans. The thing about it is, you got to be realistic about when we start talking about. I don't think nothing wrong with getting student loans. I think it's something wrong with getting the student loan attached to something that's not going to make you enough money to be able to pay off the student loan, right? So when you go to school and you get any kind of student loans, that be for an informal education, trade, or whatever, you have to do a lot of front end homework. And you can check out the videos we got about student loans, paying for your education. We got several videos on that on Mr. Short Dollar and Changing Lives. You got to do some front end homework to find out whatever you're going to school for, be it business, marketing, history, biology, engineering, whatever. You got to do a little front end homework to see, okay, I spent 4 years doing this entry level. What kind of income is due to me? Once you do those kind of things, then you can sit there and say, okay, listen. And also, key thing about it, what the job market's like where you live, or do you have to move abroad? You got to go to a certain coast, because some jobs may be more like, if you want to get a job like marine biology, you understand you got to probably be on the coast to actually be working those particular things. Once you find out exactly the opportunities and the pay amount, then you can sit here and decide, okay, well, it'll be cost effective to get the student loan. We're doing it. But I wouldn't be so adverse to getting a student loan for something that could put me in a better position later on down the road, just for doing that. But I do think it's not smart to get a student loan and get a degree in something where there are not a lot of opportunities, right? Or like I say again, you got to just doing a little front end homework to find out. And that's with you or with your children, whoever, finding out, listen, do what you're going to school for. Okay, what are the opportunities after graduation? Where are the opportunities that does the math work with the student loan that we're going to acquire to be able to pay for it? Okay, so that's just something to kind of think about with doing that. We talk about the cash out specialist. She is amazing, saying it's basically reconciling the bank account, managing billing, receivables, and accounts payable. You can just look at being becoming like a bookkeeper. A bookkeeper. Check out. I did a video on Mr. Short Dollar on the difference between a bookkeeper, accountant, and a CPA. Right. I broke down all three. What they do, what credentials you need. Different certifications, what each one does, and the differences of pay. So that video, the difference between a bookkeeper, accountant, and a CPA, it's on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. I did it about a couple years ago, and you can just promote yourself as a bookkeeper, basic bookkeeper, where you're getting companies' information. What is this? You're getting companies' information. I'm sorry, got somebody cutting up online. And just say we're doing just your basic bookkeeping, right? Because most people don't necessarily want to hire a quote unquote accountant, because the accountant can cost a company anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000, depending on what it is. If I can get a bookkeeper that I'm paying anywhere from $150 to $500 a month, I don't have to worry about different kind of insurances and things like that, it'd be easy to do that, especially a lot of small to mid-sized businesses. Just, look at bookkeeping. And from that point, you got different bookkeeping associations. You don't have to necessarily get a formal education, but you can get like QuickBooks certified or something like that. And then from that point, just, market yourself from there. But check out that video with doing it, because you don't have to get an accounting degree, but you at least want to get some kind of certification to help you save yourself. And I think the easiest one is to get like QuickBooks Pro Advisor or something like that. And push that, saying that that's what you want to do. And not saying, most times for a small or mid-sized company sees that they'll be able to do, choose you. And I say average is probably like that 150 to 5, but I say kind of that sweet spot about $300 a month, what a bookkeeper brings in for a mom and pop business with doing that. It's like I said, just doing the basic data entry, reconciling accounts, things like that. Bring in probably about $300 a month just as a basic bookkeeper. You have a QuickBooks Pro Advisor. That'd be probably the easiest thing for you to get. And once you get that, they even have they even got networks where people can help steer you in the right direction if you want to how to market and start your business up as well. Okay, does anybody else got any other questions? We here. You got me. Yeah, I know I'm Mr. Short Dollar, ain't Mr. Cheap Dollar. So, we start booking them appointments. That's a whole different thing. So you got me live in the flesh and free right now. So catch me now before I find me a little happy hour starting in a little bit. So got to go find me a happy hour and somewhere to go smoke me a cigar. Okay. Well, look, guys, I don't see anything. Yeah, I gotta blow off steam. It's been big. Last week was real ugly, but again, today we just talked about forget about stocks and real estate investing. Look at these particular things to invest in. That being tangible assets, again, collectibles, things just like that, coins, comic books, stamps, autograph, cards, all these kind of things, artwork, all these kind of things. You're thinking outside the box can 5-10-fold your actual investment portfolio. And like I say again, it doesn't cost that much to get started. The only thing about it goes at a slower pace, but they don't lose value. And remember what I said, the key thing, the reason why I don't lose value is because of scarcity. Because again, you don't have that many people. You think about the toys, what I did what that was, the Mad Balls, y'all. I'm 45, so you talk about, when we were kids, I remember they had the Cabbage Patch dolls. You can imagine what the hell let me Google that, matter of fact. Cabbage Patch doll price. Cabbage Edge kids price. Let me see. Check this out. Ain't some bullshit. Boy, I tell you. I'm sitting here just present. Okay, Chrome tab. Booyah. Okay, guys. If so, you're looking at this right now, right? That Cabbage Patch. You're looking at just a couple options. You see a $2,000, $30,500, $3,500, $1,000, $2,500 on a damn Cabbage Patch doll. You know, we talking about what, early '80s when you had that Cabbage Patch frenzy. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I'm saying? Things from 30, 40 years ago that relatively didn't cost them, but now again, do most people have these things still on hand? No. And again, that's why I say that's the reason why the value is there, because of the scarcity. But if you have these kind of things, parents pass, you got these estate sales and things like that, she was basically, damn, I used to have one. See, you should have kept it. Told you, mama said take care of your stuff. But when you have these kind of estate sales and stuff, because you going to all the other places trying to fix a flip, you can sit here and look, this is what people will pay, because you don't have a lot of them out there. And it's totally to your advantage. It behooves you to be looking at these kind of things. Like I said, this is just something from the 80s. Just think about, anything from your childhood that you might have had that you love playing with and stuff like that. What the value could be, So let me just look at a 1980s Barbie doll. 1980s Barbie doll. You start looking at, let me see, Barbie doll price. This is a 1980 roller. What is this? We got here a 1980 roller skating Barbie in a box never opened. $10,000, right? God damn. I'm sorry about that. Look at that. Tell you, I'm in the wrong damn business. See? And now y'all get on Barbie dolls and they be naked in a week and you ain't taking care of your stuff. This is what I'm talking about. We're doing that. What about, let's look up G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. Let's say 1980 G.I. Joe. So look at these G.I. Joe action figures. Look at that. G.I. Joe Real American Hero. What is $1,800? You got the vintage 1980 G.I. Joe plane, $350. Hulk. Y'all remember Hulk, the leader? $380 damn dollars. $380 damn dollars for the 3-inch action figure. Good Lord have mercy. And that's the thing about it, guys. Again, we talking about thinking outside the box and not being so stuck on it, with certain things. And that's just, that's how things are. And again, you can go get those same cards. Again, I just mentioned the whole point with the Trey Young cards and stuff. You can go buy 10, 20 cards. New kids get drafted. Got the NFL draft coming up soon. After the football season be over with. Spend you about $50, get you some cards. Get you some cards, and you never know what kind of career. Vast majority of them ain't gonna pan out, but you're gonna have 2 or 3, okay. And that's the thing I want people to just understand. Like, listen, man, you don't have to put that much out. It ain't the same thing as you getting this damn loan and hoping this house is going to flourish, because there are a lot of people that get into real estate. And I've been an investor over 15 years, so I ain't telling you don't do it. But I am telling you that I've been methodical, I've been slow, and I've made a decent amount of money in real estate. But I can tell you right now, I lost a lot of damn money too. I paid for my damn education. That's why I can sit here and tell you, like, look, man, when you start talking about getting the real estate and being greedy and being fast, man, listen, I ain't been in a position where I've damn lost damn everything, but I lost enough to have me damn up at night. So when just we're going through it, I can be straight up with people like, look, take your time, okay? We got here that needle chick. How about that? Any grants for December? My business there. Absolutely, grant for December. Just go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel, look at the grants playlist. We got over 150 grant opportunities on the YouTube channel. That's the thing about it. So, again, just go to the grants playlist. And again, even with some of the grants that may have been posted last year or even early year, they're renewable grants. They renew each month. But I will give you guys this disclosure. So, Nobody under, false pretenses. Typically, if you apply for a grant now with a deadline of December 31st, they're not going to award the grant. They're going to get the grant, look through the application. They're not going to award the grant until maybe end of January, middle of February. And that's anybody. I'm just being straight up with people. So again, I always tell you guys, grants, we have everything on this channel for one reason, and that's to help people. So I'm not getting any kind of kickback with these grants. If Coca-Cola and Nabisco, Comcast got a grant, I run across it. It's for female entrepreneurs, it's for veterans, it's for Black entrepreneurs, Hispanics. We put it out. We're just sharing the information, right? These are not my grants, right? I can go through the whole video and I can give you guys, pointers. There have been several grants that I applied for myself, and I got that I won. There have been several grants. You guys can look in the description section of the videos. People applied, look on the video. Thanks, Mr. Short Dollar. We got the young lady just about a month ago. She got the $20,000 Black female entrepreneur grant. $20,000. She got it. Thanks, Mr. Short Dollar. I got $20,000. I'm like, boy, damn. At one of them damn time, wish you could damn well dress for a second. But yeah, the young lady, she got 20 grand. I was super excited about that. But the thing of it is just keeping in mind, like I'm just being honest with you, it's free money and it's a lot of you out there. So the chances of you getting them, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be depending on how many they have. This is not the pandemic where everybody apply for it gets one. So a grant should be one of several options. Like you might get bank loans, self-funding, your sales, and you might have some grants you're applying for. So I wouldn't necessarily no, the pleasure's all mine just for sharing information, being blessed. Pleasure's all mine. So I'm just proud of you guys for taking the opportunity to invest in yourself, that being your time to actually go out there and look for them. But definitely, guys, you want to make sure that that's just part of your actual process as far as acquiring funding for a business with doing that. I will say that all the grants that we post, you don't necessarily need a grant writer. These are pretty much simple grants. They're not the kinds with the thick booklets and you got to just note all these deliverables like you may go on grants.gov. You don't need a grant writer. I will say you can hit the Fiverr link. If some of the videos may ask, some of the grants application may say, explain to us what you would do with the funds to impact your community. And in that particular grant, when you do it, if you're not really good with descriptive writing, you can hit the link and find somebody on Fiverr that can help you with doing that, but you don't necessarily need a grant writer. She is amazing. Do you use a grant? No, I don't. Pretty much that's why I said the grants we post, they're pretty much going to ask you. They're going to do most. They like if Comcast or like one of these companies, Coke or Shea Moisture, I think had one last month. They're going to validate your real business. They're going to just say, hey, we want your tax ID number. See your articles organization website. They're going to kind of just make sure you're a legitimate business and give you like $5,000-$10,000 grant because they already had the money already rolled over to give out to people, and they may give 5, 10, 20 different grants out with that. So they already have it. They're going to just do a little basic vetting. It's not the same kind when you get to those major grants. And guys know I'm treasurer for 100 Black Men, so we actually apply for grants all the time. But those grants actually ask for quote unquote deliverables, and you have to done X amount of these and deliver this amount of those and show video footage. Like these ain't the kind of grants they have to do those with. So that's why they're pretty easy to apply for with doing it. But again, you don't need a grant writer or anything like that. You just need to be, number one, legitimate. So we have right here the Nita chick. Anything helps. My sales were down for the last a couple of months. My sales were down for the last couple of months, and I've invested all my savings. Okay, cool. I get it. Well, see, this is the thing about it too, guys, and I understand that part of being business. Okay, you gotta sometimes rob Peter to pay Paul to keep things going. But that's why one of the good things about the YouTube channel with Mr. Short Dollar, I got different videos on just say business planning, different things to do, just help with the structure wise of your business. Typically, those first 5 years, I always say if you can make it that third year, that's when you're okay. But those first 2 years are chaotic because you got to go through this real funky learning curve of what you want to actually put out to your customers and then finding out what your customers want. And that's a real funny place because you're not going to buy your product. You're not going to pay for your service. Your customers are. So what you want to deliver and what they want could be two whole different things. And you got to make a decision Am I going to keep trying to do what I want to do, or keep going, go where the money at? Make sure we keep an integrity with everything with doing it, and or how you can make some kind of happy marriage or meeting in the middle with doing it. And I think a lot of times, a lot of people get caught up with this is what I want to do, and what they want to do is not necessarily needed, but there is something that they can do to keep them afloat. And once you get past that little funny part as a business owner, then you can thrive. Especially a lot of people, with I'm here in Atlanta, a lot of people want to get into different. They get it twisted because you do have. It's one of the places you have a lot of celebrities, but keeping in mind, celebrity is probably not even 1% of the population. So that's not even enough. There's not enough of them to keep you afloat. So once you get, okay, now I got the regular Joes. Can the regular Joes, are they interested in my product, or how can I adjust certain things? And so once you get into that kind of stuff, especially reality of what you're trying to do, be it your product or your service and stuff, how you can actually, move it around with doing it. And I think once you get past that part of it, then you'll be okay with that, with everything. But again, like I said, that's the beauty of the channel, man. We got over 600 videos on the channel, giving a lot of good advice for entrepreneurs, different levels of business, for funding, operations wise, planning, and things like that. But yeah, definitely go to the YouTube channel and take advantage of all the great information we got there. Anybody else got any questions? Well, your boy Vamoosh and everything. I'm gonna go get me a good old fashioned and get me a good cigar and everything. I need to unwind for the day too. I think this. I've been hiring for tax season, and guys, we are still hiring for tax preparers. I don't have the link set here, but you can go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. I got it in the videos, and also even in the community section, the link which you can go there and apply to become a tax preparer to work for this upcoming tax season. The course I had, how to start your own tax business. Okay, thanks. Oh, you quite welcome me on the YouTube channel now. That's the Needle Chick. Cool. The course, how to start your own tax business. I changed the platform, I'm sorry, from Teachable to Kartra, and it took a lot longer than I was anticipating. The key thing of it is that you need an EFIN number, and I don't want to really push it to people, knowing that if you apply for an EFIN number, that's your electronic filing number. And I'm gonna do a couple of little background videos within the next couple of days. But you apply for it today, and the IRS gives it to you. Let's say the middle of January, they'll make it effective today. The issue comes up. It's only maybe 11 days left in the month of December. I don't really want to push a lot of people buying that course, and you're not be able to get your EFIN number. And I'm just straight up like that. I don't do people like that. That's why I've been able to be in the game so long. So that's one of the things I want to really push to people. Make sure if you want to do this, you can get an EFIN number. But I'm going to do a start next day or so with the actual selling the course. She is amazing. As his training included. If you work for us, training included. I got everything. We got a straight remote company. We have some people working brick and mortar. Not too many people working in my office in Riverdale, but the most people are remote trained, and pretty much I have everything set up, the train and everything's done virtually as far as the training and stuff like that. Make it stupid simple for you, very easy. The only thing about it, when you work for us, you are responsible for your own book of business. I do a 60-40 split, so I give you 60%, we keep 40%, but you have advantage of all our software, everything that we have. With doing that, you're just on the hook for getting your own book of business. And I'll be honest with people about when you get into this business, starting to do taxes, you have a lot of people that say, hey, they make this amount of money with doing that. Most of them lying if they're doing it legit. Because H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt, they're probably going to charge the most from the market rate. They're only charging like $400, right? So again, if they're charging that, how can you charge more than that unless you're a CPA or something like that, or you're doing something illegal? So just keeping it real. So I think national average for tax is being prepared is around about $300, right? Everybody can be a little bit less, a little bit more, however you want to do it. But at the end of the day, when you get into the business, most people that are not going to let you do their taxes because the family and friends, they don't want you to know their personal business. So I think a fair number to kind of look at if your first year in business doing taxes is 10 to 20 people. People can sit here and do all kind of. I was looking at a video the other day. The young lady said you can do 20 people, 30 people, and you can make this kind of money. True, but you're not gonna be able to get there, right? I'm just being honest because most people, they love you, they care about you, they're friends with you. They just don't want you knowing their personal business. And so the first year, I think a fair number is 10 to 15. You do more than that, great. But I think that's a fair number. That gives you opportunity to kind of work on kinks, how to handle like questions you get asked. Because once you get into it, well, what is this or what is that? Now, kind of give you a chance to figure yourself out. Now, the second year, you go back. Now you can sit here and do 20 or 30 because now you've actually had a tax season under your belt, an off season of kind of promoting and marketing. You have that experience with doing it. Then you can say, okay, now I can do around by 20 to 30. Now that third year, that's when you start making money because now you got a reputation. You got some people coming in. You got your system. You have some referrals and stuff like that. Oh yeah, he did, man. He did a good job. She pretty good. She did this, that, and that. And now you got your system down. I say 3 years to kind of get everything in. And I always kind of advise people on doing that. But if you want to like, hey, come out the gate, you can make this kind of money and stuff like that. You can do the math. Like I said, market average is around about 300. That's national average. You can Google all this stuff. With doing it, you got people that say, "Hey, I made this, I made that," and they charge CPA price. Most of the time, they're doing maybe unintentional fraud, but you just can't go off. Well, I'm just doing a lot of business returns, getting these people this stuff back. Stay away from that. I mean, because again, you're talking about digital items, Fed, all kind of wire stuff. Listen, I've been in the game 20 years for a reason because you can make a lot of money doing it the right way. It may be the slow way, but it's the right way. You ain't got to worry about losing no sleep at night with doing it. I would like the experience. That's cool. I mean, just go by the channel if you don't. We got all the contact information on the in the description section of all the videos on YouTube. So if you need to get in contact with us, feel free to reach out with doing that. But we always look for good people that want to work, with doing it. But like I said, the tax business is a good business to get into, but I think you got to be realistic about, the growth and opportunities with getting in it or not. Okay. Anybody else got any other question? I hope y'all enjoyed the live feed again. It was pretty cool. Like I said, again, forget about stocks and real estate and invest in these, that being tangible assets. Okay. So if you can, guys, whoever's in, definitely go by the YouTube channel, like the video, leave a comment. If you can, like the video on YouTube. Definitely what platforms, go to the YouTube channel, like the video. If you can share the video and leave a comment on the video, if you can do that favor for me, I would definitely appreciate it. And again, we'll be doing some more live feeds. The weekly show every Thursday, 8 p.m. We do that from the Misfits radio station. I don't know if we're doing change. I alternate my channel, so I don't know if we're doing Mr. Short Dollar Change Live next week, but one or two we're doing. But I have a couple more videos, live feeds before the end of the night. And I bring you guys back up to speed, with that. But look, enjoy yourself and go find this little happy hour. Y'all take care. Love y'all. Be safe. If I don't talk to you, hear from me before then. Have a happy and safe holiday. Take care. Talk with you soon. Take care, everybody.